What's good, everyone? This is your boy DJ's Raw Uncut Truth, giving you that raw content that you deservedly need. And today I'll be ethering Stephen A. Smith, aka Screamin' A. Smith. The brother just can't help himself. So the other day at First Take, I'm out here chilling, watching his show, of course. And when talking about De'Aaron Fox, he continuously bring up Lonzo. He keeps on dissing him and degrading the player. This is why certain athletes like Kevin Durant and many others do not trust the media. It's really sad that some of our own people who are the same color as us go above and beyond fair criticism. On the show, he stated like a bunch of times that the Lakers should have not picked Lonzo Ball. That's weird. Let me bring some receipts to the game. Now, I showed this in my last video, but I want to show it again. As you see, 3 years ago, June 14th, 2017, Stephen A. Smith, and I quote, "Lakers shouldn't pass on Lonzo Ball." He said this. He literally said this. I remember that episode. I remember that Stephen A. pointed out you shouldn't judge the first workout, and he's going to work out again and prove himself to be the second overall pick. This was all said. It's funny that 3 years later, Stephen A. Smith, what he usually does perfectly, flip-flops. Stephen A. is a flip-flopper. He says everything he needs to get off his chest just to make an extra buck. Instead of doing the proper research, saying that Lonzo Ball didn't have an off season, so he couldn't really develop that the way he should have, or stating that the Lakers should have hired a shooting coach and listened to Magic Johnson, or the Lakers at the time when Lonzo played for them should have had a better head coach who knows how to develop younger players, or even better than that, let's hold off judgment on Lonzo Ball until a team gives him more than 18% of a usage rate. Today's point guards, they're in the mid-20s and up on usage rate. And I'm being nice with the mid-20s. Lonzo Ball is too talented of a passer and has too much of an IQ to have only 18 freaking percent of the usage rate. Is unacceptable. And the Pelicans moved it up to 18% because when he was with the Lakers, and that is Lonzo Ball, of course, his usage rate was 14% with the Lakers. But since Lonzo Ball improved his 3-point percentage to 38%, it makes it look like his usage rate is up, but it's not. It's only up by 4 points. It's freaking ridiculous, and this is why a lot of people hate on Stephen A. Smith, and it's deserved hate. He did it to himself. He's willing to do anything to be a shark. He's a shark. He finds the most vulnerable link, the weakest link, and I'm not saying Lonzo's the weakest link, but he's vulnerable because a lot of people hate his father. So he's a target. Stephen A. Smith knows he's a target, so he plays on to the anti-Ball family crowd. But my message to Stephen A. Smith, you can shuck and jive and hate on another brother all you want. It'll eventually catch up with you, brother. Now, I'm just keeping it real. You can only do that for so long, Stephen A. You got the good contract with ESPN and you have some security. But remember that time when you told Michelle Beadle and everybody else and all the women that both Ray Rice and his girl should have handled that situation better because they were both drunk, which is not a lie. See, we talked about the Ray Rice hidden part, but we didn't talk about with both of them being sloppy drunk and being irresponsible that led to Ray Rice doing the despicable act that he did. And Stephen A. Smith was not wrong, but since we're in a sensitive time, and even if it was sensitive back in 2014, he was in a heap of trouble and almost lost his job. What I'm saying is, it could happen again with Stephen A. Smith, where he'll say something that's controversial that may lose his job again. What would he do? Here's the thing, karma's a mug, man. And hopefully Stephen A. Smith, or Screaming A. Smith, whatever you call this buster, can learn from that. Maybe he could change. But I don't see it. I'm just glad that Lonzo Ball is improving as a player and rising above the hate. He's a good kid, man. Doesn't hurt anybody. Takes care of his daughter. Takes care of his family. Is loyal to his family. And you got all these analysts big up in kids and athletes that get in trouble, that talk back to their parents, that are simps, that are disrespectful to women, hitting women and stuff, doing drugs, all types of stuff. But you're going to go out of your way, Stephen A., to badmouth Lonzo Ball. Freaking pathetic. That's all I'm going to say. Oh, also another thing, I want to talk about this before I go. On Twitter today, certain Pelican fans in media, not all Pelican fans, because most of the Pelican fans that engage in conversations are cool people. But I'll say the media and small media as well that talk about the Pelicans. What is their infatuation of Drew Holiday? Like, they act like he's Klay Thompson, or he's a good defender, he's a solid player, he's an important player. I give you that. But these shines want him to get another team option to extend years on his contract, and they just think that they're going to give Lonzo an adequate amount on his contract and he'll just take it. No. Lonzo Ball stated in his songs, IG Live, a lot of times that they're trying to get that bank. And I'm for all athletes to not take less. I also seen other Pelican fans saying that they think Drew Holiday should take less and so he could stay with the Pelicans. I don't think Drew should take less as well. I'm consistent. I don't think any player should take less. But I'll say this. The Pelicans have a glaring issue. They have an issue at the 5. They need a stretch 5 that can defend and shoot in space. They also need a strong wing that can defend and play stout defense. Now, I've been saying this for the longest. I think Brandon Ingram should be the shooting guard. Like, if they traded if they traded Drew Holiday for stretch 5 and a solid wing player, you move B.I. at the 2 Lonzo stays at the 1. The 3 could be a veteran 3, and the 5 could be a veteran as well. And between that, you have Zion at the 4 position. That's a great team right there. I tell you one thing, they'll have a better record than they had this year. At the end of the day, it's the Pelicans organization's choice to make the moves they want to make. But my advice to their organization, feelings do not get things done. Emotion never gets things done. Action does. So it's not about Jrue Holiday. It's not about these older players like Etuan Moore and all the, JJ Redick. It's about the young guys. This is a young players league. And I get it. Jrue Holiday's been loyal, and a lot of Pelican fans are hurt by how AD left or demanded a trade. I get it. But the important part is to do what's best for Zion, B.I., and Lonzo. That's the core 3. I'm not going to use big 3. They got to earn their stripes, so I'm going to call them the core 3. Also, the Pelicans can make the playoffs in the bubble, but they could also not make the playoffs, and it's one thing. If Alvin Gentry decides to mess over Lonzo's minutes or usage rate, they will not make the playoffs. You heard it first. The Pelicans have a above 500 record when Lonzo plays more minutes and has more of a usage rate. They're above 500. All I'm going to say is, Pelicans, the choice is yours. Think smart, don't think difficult. Peace and love to everyone. Thank you all for supporting this channel, liking, sharing, all that stuff. And I'm back at it tomorrow. Peace, love, good day.